combat and all, but mostly it's out in the woods or out on the fields, open fields that I play. So auto low light's not that big a deal, even though I am going this week to out to Colorado to visit my daughter, so I'm taking it with me, and we'll see what happens out there, maybe with cloudy situations. Manual audio control, stereo or wind only. I did notice that it really does a good job of blocking out the wind, but it also brings your audio way down when it does that, so be aware of that. Alright, now let me think here. I believe that's the highlights of why I picked it up and decided to start using it. GoPro Hero 6 Black. GoPro, turn off. Alright, we'll set that there. Now, one other thing I picked up here recently is something that I've kind of fooled around with. The camera that I'm videoing with right now is a Sony little camcorder, and it's a good little camcorder. It has 5 times optical zoom. Now, optical zoom is superior to digital zoom in that the optical zoom actually moves the lens in and out, whereas digital zoom basically all you're doing is zooming into the actual picture. Not that it doesn't have its advantages, but for what we do, if you want to zoom down the field, optical zoom is going to be the best bet for you. If you look in some of my videos, there's one where, wow, that turned on and started videoing. GoPro, turn off. Hey, I told you they had some bugs. This camera, anyway, back to, if you look at my video feed, you'll see there's a video where I was doing some testing of a new camera, zoom. That's the camera I'm using right now to video this right here. And it does a good job. It's real lightweight. I was able to attach it to the side of my my mask here on the side. Got a little attachment there where I was able to use it. But getting the zoom just right is difficult, and when it's on your mask, you're moving around and everything, you don't want to mess around with that. But I wanted something to zoom in on some of those downfield shots I was getting, and a shout out to Southern Cal Paintball Zoom Cam. I'm sorry, Southern Cal Zoom Cam Paintball. I saw him. He switched his setup also, and he's using the Run Cam. Oh, you can read that there. Run Cam. This is Run Cam 2 version. They make other versions for different uses. They start out with the RC, radio-controlled planes and quadcopters and things of that nature. It's moved big time into the airsoft arena to be used because it's very lightweight, lighter than the GoPro and lighter than the Ion Pro. The great thing about it is when you order it, you can order the type of lens that you want with it, depending on the type of use you want. I wanted something further downfield, so I got the 35mm, and 35mm, about 150 feet. So you're talking, 50 yards downfield, you can actually see the paintball hitting the target very clearly. So if it hits and it busts, you can see it. Versus as your GoPros and your action cameras genre, they you know what that is. You get that fisheye, that wide field, and it's hard to see a ball splatter on a little tiny figure down the field. So this right here takes care of that. You can get it in, I believe it's 16mm, which is going to be closer up. And quite a few of your airsofters like that because they do a lot of close quarters battles. And 35mm is in your medium range there, and it goes up to 90mm for 200 to 300 feet. Just really nice. So you're talking the length of a football field. But this one right here, I tested out back, and 100 to 150 feet, excellent, exactly what I want. Very simply, turn on here. You got your LED light up. This little button right here, I don't know if you can see that, you just quick press it and your little LED will light up here, and that shows you that your Wi-Fi is on. So it does have an app so that you can go onto your phone, your tablet, what have you, and you can check the settings of it and make sure you're aiming it at the target. You know, you got it dialed in for downfield. Real easy, and it also comes in with a little cradle to it. But anyway, enough of the cameras. So we got the Ion Pro, Air Pro 3 Wi-Fi. We got the GoPro Hero 6 Black, and we got the RunCam 2. Now, mounting. There's all kinds of mounting systems out there. If you want to mount it to your helmet, your mask, like I've done a little video on that a long time ago, a couple years ago. But let me go over it again. Right here, I have basically some of this two-sided 3M adhesive that comes with a lot of your stuff, like your GoPros and all right there. But anyway, I've got one of these little mounts right here. It's curved, so it fit just perfectly right there, as you can see. Fit real nice right there, with the two-sided tape sticky there. And the way I mount my Ion Pro is, well, I have on there, I have a adapter that I use. Oh, here it is, I'm sorry, I did have it. Okay, so you need the 90-degree. Okay, so it comes out the side rather than this type where it comes out straight out the bottom. Okay, so this comes out the side. You get this little triangle piece here, and it basically is like a nut, and you pop it into, just so it's easier to see. I'm going to set the mask to the side there, but so you'll get an idea. It just pops right into this part right here, and this then screws down over it, and that tightens it. And then you take your camera, and it comes with this adapter right here so that you can mount it even on a tripod, and it simply slides right in. I don't know if you saw that, but this piece right here, it slides right in like that, and it sits on the side. So now, as you can see, you can look downfield, and all you have to do is reach up, push the slider forward, and it'll start recording, and you're good to go. That's the GoPro turning on again and recording. GoPro, turn off. Hey, I like it. Okay, so that's how you would mount that right there, real easy. They also sell accessories, you know, so that you can buy other mounting type systems with it that it comes with. That's what I use for the Ion Pro. For the GoPro, now when you buy your GoPro, it's going to come in this this skeletal case, just like I believe the 5 came with it. It just slides in here. Sorry, let me show you that again. I'm trying to get used to this overhead shot here. Anyway, this just slides right in it, and it clamps on. And it's nice because it's open. You can, you know, touch the screen, do what you need to do there, and all. But for paintball, it's, you know, they're sturdy and all that, but I just wouldn't trust them to not have any protection on the front. So instead of, obviously, we've all seen the clear cases that they come with, I decided to go with the black. I just felt like, you know, it wouldn't shine as much, wouldn't give as much glare to it, so to give your position away as easily as the clear ones do, as they're so polished and shiny that you know, any glare from the sun can easily give your position away. This one also came with a clear door on the back so that you can actually see the screen when it comes on. So that's nice. It's not, you can't touch and do anything like that, but you know what mode it's in, and what have you. And on the front there, you can see through it there on that window also. So I like this at $10 on eBay. I mean, you can't argue with that. That's a good price, good stuff. For you budget ballers out there like me, I tend to try and budget ball. He says with the GoPro 6, $400. It was $500. The GoPro 6 was $500 when it first came out, and now it's you can get it for $400. So it's not bad. Okay, we'll set that over there. Now, I also just picked up a new little mount for the barrel for that GoPro. They come with this right here, the bicycle mount, handlebar mount, what have you, and that's useful. Don't get me wrong, if you've got nothing else. It does have the rubber inside there like that, so you don't scratch up your anodizing on your barrel, what have you. But you know, with the advent of 3D printers out there, you got guys who are being pretty industrious and trying to start up their own little business, which is great, all for that. So I picked up this mount right here. It's 3D printed, and it's just, I mean, you tell me, which would you rather use? Okay, basically the same system. It's got 2 bolts right here and the nuts right there. These are not locked in, so just take a look, some kind of glue. I took some kind of, I don't know what is, goop or something like that, a little industrial type glue, and glued those in there. It also does not come with this nut right here that you screw, that the mounting screw screws into. So you'll have to find something to go in there. Since when I picked up the GoPro 6, I picked up one of those, you know, cheap packages that has all kinds of mounting systems for your chest, your head, and helmet, your wrist, and all that stuff. And it was real easy. I just took some pliers, I pulled that piece out. It came out real easy, and just glued it right into there. Now I will caution you, some of these aftermarket companies, and especially with the 3D, they're not always exact. So when you go to actually use a mount on it, similar to this right here, this one right here is the Inception's Design GoPro. They call it their Apache mount. I had to do a little work on this right here. Because it actually had 3 prongs on there, 3 of the, I don't know what you would call the arches right there. So with 3 and 3, you know, it wasn't going to fit. So I had to take my little Dremel and take one of these and sand it off or grind it off so that I could get this to fit on there. But if you've not heard of this one's a little pricey. Inception Designs. If you saw my video on my sniper pump, that they make, you know, all kinds of parts for autocockers and pumps and stuff like that. They also have a couple different mounts. One with the I believe it's the Weaver mount or the Picatinny mount, and this one right here they call their Apache. It's a good one, and it comes with different rubber inside here, different thicknesses, so you can put in there. It just, when I got it, it just would slide all the way down. Even right here where, you know, the barrel bulges a little bit, it would, I mean, it would almost slide right over that. Which is, you know, about where I want to put it anyway. And the reason I got it is because I want to use it, well, I do use it now for the RunCam 2. The RunCam, this right here, I use the sticky tape and a mount that they have here. This right here just simply pushes out. And I took one of their little brackets that you mount it into and put it on there. But anyway, this right here is the cradle, I would call it, and your RunCam simply slides right into it, and it's very sturdy, very tight too. It's not come sliding out of there. It's not going to come out. It's there. Okay. So with this on it, I can take and put this on and mount it underneath the gun barrel towards the front. And the reason, and with this zoom cam, you kind of want that because paintball, that way you can set it up where the paintballs are falling right into place. Paintballs fall, obviously, duh. So you want to catch it as it's falling onto the opponent there. So you kind of want a little bit of a tilt to it, so it tilts down just slightly. Also depends on the distance that they're at too, how far you want the tilt to be. Okay, so 3D printed off eBay. I believe it was just under 20 bucks, and this is the one I'm going to use for the actual GoPro, or I am using for the GoPro mount with the case, so that it can go on the top of the barrel, right in front of the hopper. There is where I'm going to have it. So I got that on the top, and then I would have the run cam on the bottom. This one, because you can get the GoPro, obviously you can get the wide or the super wide view, so you can get the whole field on there basically in the view and showing what you're shooting at. And of course the zoom cam to catch those shots, those far away shots, and yeah, for you cheaters, expose them a little bit. But anyway, just to show those shots. Let me see here. I want to say that's about it. If you're not looking for 4K, I would say this is a good camera to go to. You can get them cheap now. Worth the money. Works well. A little heavier, slightly heavier. I had a scale right here. I was gonna throw them on the scale to show you the difference in the weight. But trust me, you don't really notice it out there on the field. It's not that big of a deal. The weight difference is minimal. So don't be afraid of that right there. The GoPro, a little bit lighter, a lot more features to it. This one straight up 1080p, 120 frames per second, maxes out. Does have an app, by the way, also for your phone and your tablet and all there, so that you can, push that stuff out, push your videos out to social media sites. It just doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the GoPro has. Does not have stabilization, doesn't have the Pro Tune. It just basically shoots in, I wouldn't say raw, but pretty close to raw video, which is fine if you don't mind doing post-editing, color corrections, stuff of that nature. It does have Wi-Fi. It is waterproof, same thing here. But their high dynamic range on here and this video stabilization on it, and the customization of this camera, the GoPro Hero 6, is far superior to this one right here. This one, if you just want something straight up, video and go, and cheap, excellent choice. If you want a little more bells and whistles, or quite a few more bells and whistles, this is the way to go. The great thing in between the two is the attachments that you need for mounting and stuff like that are readily available online. All kinds of sites. Obviously, the action camera industry is got a lot of saturation for accessories and stuff like that. So, great thing there. If you're wanting to, get those down the field shots and really zoom in on it, and really highlight that in your videos, if you're doing a YouTube video or what have you, something like a Run Cam 2 is going to be something that you want to look into. You can actually, there's videos how you can actually change you can buy the one with a standard, I think a 60mm lens, and you can change it yourself to the 35mm or the 90. The 60mm only comes out to about right here, whereas you can see the 35mm sticks out a little bit, and the 90mm even more. There's videos online I saw how to do that. not something that I really wanted to get into. I spent a couple extra dollars and got the lens that I wanted. But run Cam 2, check it out, and see if it's something that you feel like it. And for the price, I feel it's a good deal. This right here, just the camera and the cradle, and the charging cord, $185. You can get an extra battery. You can get the Picatinny rail mounting system, which is probably the most expensive accessory. I think it's around $30, maybe $40, something like that. This mount right here, the Inception of Design mount, run you $40 online. It's good. I wish it was the thing about this. I wish this was a little bit more easy to separate, and so you could clamp it on bigger barrels. You know, barrels that are a little bit bigger around. And the black case, again, $10 off eBay. It was the 3D printed barrel mount. I got this. This was off eBay. I can't think of the name of the site, and I'm not good at putting links in my videos, so sorry about that. Anyway, cameras, 3 cameras, different mounting systems to go on to your mask and all. This right here, by the way, for you budget maulers, $30 mask, comes with a thermal lens, clear thermal lens. This is one I bought after with a 10 on it. $30 thermal lens for no fogging up. Okay, it's the Helix by Empire. First mask I bought, and I bought for my son when he was 9. And as you can see, you can mount on the side of it.